Hi, good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss your class 12th history. Class 12th history. Today we are going to read the chapter 2nd, Kings, Farmers and Town, Early State and Economies. Kings, Farmers Towns, Early State and Economy. Early State and Economies. Especially कितने टाइम का? In this chapter we will try to understand the history of 1000 year. 1000 year history हम पढ़ेंगे. कब से कब तक? 6th century BC to 6th century AD or C. Okay. Without any hesitation, you can easily understand that this topic is very interesting and vast also. In this chapter, we will try to understand about the starting development of the states. How can the state development? How can state emerged? हाउ कैन स्टेट डेवलप, कैसे राज्य बने, किस तरीके से राज्यों का विकास हुआ, इन चीजों के बारे में हम ध्यान देंगे, इन चीजों को हम पढ़ेंगे इस चैप्टर में. आई होप यू रिमेंबर इन माई लास्ट क्लास आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट द 16th महाजनपद and 10 गणराज्य, 10 गणराज्य और 16 महाजनपद के बारे में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था. और मैंने कहा था कि सोर्स क्या थे. मैंने कहा था बुद्धिस्ट टेक्स्ट, रिलीजन टेक्स्ट, पुराण, ब्राह्मणिकल टेक्स्ट एंड अदर्स कंटेम्परेरी लिटरेचर. अगर कंटेम्परेरी पाणिनि के अष्टाध्यायी को ले लें, इनके आधार पे 16 महाजनपद के समय इसके अदर नाम भी थे. मैंने आपसे कहा था इट आल्सो कॉल्ड द सेकेंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, वाई बिकॉज क्या दी मिला हमको, यहाँ पे टाउन्स मिलना शुरू हो गए, क्वाइंस मिलना शुरू हो गए, और क्या मिला हमको, टैक्सेशन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, साथ ही साथ प्रोडक्शन, ट्रेड एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का विकास, गार्डन चाइल्ड ने अपनी बुक द अर्बन रिवोल्यूशन में इस बात को कहा कि 6th century BC is called the second urbanization. Okay, these are all points we studied in our previous class. My dear student, I also give the name of the महाजनपदास. महाजनपदों के नामों के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था कि कौन कौन से महाजनपद हैं, और इन महाजनपदों के नामों की काउंटिंग करते हुए मैंने कहा था, अगर आपको याद होगा तो मैंने कहा था कि इन द later Vedic period itself was start hearing of the many Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. The name of at least 9 Janpadas have been given in the Vedic literature. Besides such people as the Andhra, Pulins, Sabar, Pundras. However, by the time of the 6th century BC, the Parani mentioned many as the 22 different Janpadas of which 3 were considered the very important. These were Magad, Kosal and Vats. Without any hesitation, in the 16th Mahajanpadas and 10 Ganas, the 4 Mahajanpadas become more powerful. Like कौन कौन से थे? Like मगध, कोसल, अवंती and Vats. ये 4 महाजनपद, और फाइनली Magad became the powerful empire. फाइनली मगध सबसे पावरफुल साम्राज्य के रूप में उभर के सामने आया. इस 16th महाजनपदों में अर्ली स्टेट का काम किया. My dear, without any hesitation, you have to understand the point which I am saying you, that these were the Magad, Kosal and Vats. A clearer picture emerges from the early Buddhist and 16th Mahajanpadas with a minor variation of the name. Different words through the number is same. The name in the list differ. Perhaps this shows the political conditions at the different time and the geographical the nearness of the knowledge to the author. According to Anguttara Nikaya, there were following Mahajanpadas. My dear, what I am saying you try to understand. Then about Mahajanpadas, the Brahmanical text, Jainism text, Buddhism text, everyone given a lot of information. According to that, there were the Mahajanpadas and the Ganas that are widely spread throughout whole Indian continent. According to Paudini, the 22 Mahajanpadas. It is a very strange matter. You should never forget that in the Buddhism literature, in the Buddhist text, Anguttara Nikaya clearly explained that 16 Mahajanpadas, but Paudini in the Astadhyayi, it explained that the 22 Mahajanpadas. Some were situated in the southern part of India. But without any hesitation, we have to accept that a lot of similarities, the information which is given in the different texts like Buddhism, Jainism and Brahmanical. Some names that has differed. But as far as the matter of Mahajanpadas and Ganas, everyone considered it that their existence was in the 6th century BC. So, you should, I think, I had already counted the name of the Mahajanpadas, but again I am going to explain it. First, Ang. Ang, including the modern district of the Munger and Bhagalpur in Bihar, with its capital of Champa. Second, Magad, covering the district of Patna, Gaya, and part of the Sahabad, with its earlier capital at Rajgiri or Giribaj. Third, Vajji, a confederacy of the 8 republican clans situated to the north of the river Ganga in Bihar, with its capital Vaisali. Fourth, Malla, also a republican confederacy, covering the modern districts of Devariya, Basti, Gorakhpur, and Siddharthnagar. In the eastern Uttar Pradesh, with 2 capitals at Kushinagar and Pawa, Kasi with the capital at Varanasi, Kosla covering the present districts of Faizabad, Gonda, Bahraich, etc., with its capital at Sravasti. 7th, Vats, the covering of the modern district Allahabad, Mirzapur, etc., with its capital at Kaushambi. Vats. This Mahajanpad was very famous because their king Udayan and their love story was very famous in the Buddhism literature. We will read the Vasav Khatriya and the Udayan love story. But first you have to understand about the Vats Mahajanpad. It was also the part of the last 4 Mahajanpad, powerful Mahajanpad. It was covering the area of Allahabad and Mirzapur, with its capital Kaushambi. 8, Chedi, covering the modern Bundelkhand area, with its capital at Suktimati. Kuru, covering the modern Haryana and Delhi area to the west of river Yamuna, with its capital at Indraprasth, modern Delhi. 10th, Panchal, covering the area of the western Uttar Pradesh, UP, up to the east of river Yamuna, up to the Kosla Mahajanpad, with its capital at Aichhatra. 11th, Sursen, covering Braj Mandal and its capital of Mathura. Matsya, covering the area of Alwar. Avanti, modern Malwa, with its capital at Ujjaini and Mahismati. 14th, Asmak, between the river of Narmada and Godavari, it was situated. That was the Mahajanpad, which was in the southern part of India. It was situated in the Godavari and Narmada river. My dear, Gandhar, area covering the western part of the Pakistan and eastern Afghanistan, with its capital Taxila and the Puskalavati, and the 16th Mahajanpad, that was the Kamboj, identified with the modern district of the Hazara district of the Pakistan. Kamboj, their capital name of Hatat. These are the 16th Mahajanpadas and the area where they expand. The area covering particular that Mahajanpad which I discuss here. The 16th Mahajanpad. Kasi, Kosal, Ang, Magad, Vajji, Kuru, Kendi, Vats, Panchal, Sursen, Asmak, Avanti, Gandhar, Kamboj, Vajji, Mal. तो 16 महाजनपदों के बारे में हम लोगों ने बात की थी. Today I also discuss about their area. And as far as the matter of the Ganas, during that time, my dear student, you should never forget that during that time, Rich Davids, who felt that contemporary of Mahajanpad, Ganas was also in existence. Ganas, it is a very strange story that has come in the Jainism text. Some Jainism monks, they visited the southern part of India. When they reached in southern part of India, the southern people asked them that which type of ruler, which type of administration was running on in the northern part of India. They asked this question. The Jainism monks Jaini monks replied them that Kachit dese galadhina, Kachit rajadhina. That is the Prakrit and Sanskrit. Kachit dese galadhina, Kachit rajadhina. Some states that was controlled by the Ganas and some state controlled by the Rajas. It means monarchical form of the government and the oligarchy form of the government. I hope you are getting understand that what is the meaning of monarchical form of the government and the oligarchy form of the government. My dear, it means Kachit desi galadhina, Kachit rajadhina. Some state was controlled by the Ganas and other controlled by the Rajas, means the kings. Ganas, it means oligarchy form of the government. It means the power exercised by the group of the people. And the monarchical form of the government, power exercised by the one man, that is king. That would be king. Nowadays also we have seen. हमने देखा वर्तमान समय में भी. Now a day, some states, some country that is controlled by the monarchy. Japan, Bhutan, Malaysia and some others, exceptional cases. But Bhutan, नेपाल आल्सो कुछ समय तक 2006 के पहले 2000 तक नेपाल भी मोनार्कियल फॉर्म ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट में थी. तो ये चीजें हमें एक तारतम्य में, एक सूत्रबद्धता में शुरू से दिखाई देती है. माय डियर, विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशन यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट मैटर व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, दैट ऑब्वियसली दिस लिस्ट ऑफ 16 महाजनपद कवर इंडियन ओनली फ्रॉम बिहार इन द ईस्ट टू अफगानिस्तान इन द वेस्ट and Hindu Kush in the north and river Godavari in the south. It leave out the vast area of Bengal and eastern India and practically the whole of south India. But these were Buddhist texts so familiar with whole of India. Mahagovind Sut and Digga Nikaya describe the shape of India as the rectangular in a northern triangular. My dear student, okay, let us come and try to understand about the map of India and the Mahajanpad and their expansion. आइए देखते हैं उन चीजों को. If you will observe the Indian continent, here I am going to show the two peak. First peak, where I am going to discuss this, where I am going to scale the common feature of the My dear student, if you see the both peak, where this is the very strange information given by the Mahagovind Sutta and Digha Nikaya. Mahagovind Sutta Mahagovind Sutta and Digha Nikaya. Which gives us information that during 6th century BC, the Indian continent, their shape was rectangular in the north and triangular in the south. Rectangular in north, यहाँ मैं लिख देता हूं, rectangular in north and triangular in south. कहने का मेरा सही सिर्फ इतना ही है माय डियर स्टूडेंट कि दिग्ग निकाय और महागोविंद सूत्र इस बात की इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं कि जो भारत का नॉर्थ एरिया है वो कैसा है, वो रेक्टेंगुलर है और साउथ ट्रायंगुलर. एक का शेप यूं है और साउथ का शेप यूं है. दिस इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन गिवन बाय महागोविंद एंड दिग्ग निकाय. दिस टेक्स्ट गिव्स अस इंफॉर्मेशन द शेप ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्टिनेंट और इंडिया during 6th century BC. My dear, just like the Bullock cart, the Buddhist Nikaya mention the five-fold division of India into Uttarapat, northwestern, Madhya Desh, central, Prachi, eastern, Dakshinapat, south, and Aparant, western. Okay, my dear, it is also a very strange information. What strange information? Here you can see. कहता है कि क्लियर दे रहा है, कह रहा है कि जो और बौद्ध ग्रंथ और जैन ग्रंथ हैं वो सूचनाएं देते हैं. उनके अनुसार जो भारत का जो उत्तरी एरिया है, नॉर्थ रीजन जो है, उत्तरापथ, साउथ, दक्षिणापथ, ईस्ट, प्राची, वेस्ट, अपरांत. वेस्ट अपरांत. ओके, नीचे का क्लियर नहीं कर रहा है तो मैं वेस्ट को वेस्ट अपरांत और मिडिल का मध्य देश. यह डिवाइडेशन किया गया है. It is very clear that during 6th century BC, the shape of India, the southern part of India, that was triangular, and the northern part of India, that was rectangular. It is very clear. On the pic, you can easily understand about that. I have already discussed about the 16th Mahajanpad and 10 Ganas. Also discussed about that two type of the ruling system was developed during 6th century BC. My dear, without any hesitation, you can say that the number of Mahajanpadas that was what running, I mean to say that was in existence during 6th century BC. Dear, you should never forget the other information of this. कहता है कि which confirms that the geographical unity of India had been visualized much before the 6th century BC. If we study the list of Janpadas preserved in the Jain text, Bhagavati Sutra and Sutra Kitang, great grammarian Padini Astadhyayi, 6th century BC, the Bodh Adhyayan Sutra, 7th century BC, and the Janpadas list available in the Mahabharata. The whole of India, from Himalaya in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, from Gandhar in the west to Bengal in the Assam in the east, covered by these Janpadas. Kautilya, 4th century BC, clearly visualized the goal of political unity of the whole land under Chakravarti ruler, and clearly defined the Chakravarti Kshetra from the Himalaya in the north to the ocean in the south. The distribution of punch-marked coins, which were in the circulation from 6th century BC to 2nd century BC, so that by the 4th century BC there was only one currency for the whole India. It was punch-marked. It showed the political and economic unification of the entire territory. My dear, what we have information about Mahajanpadas? We are based on Buddhist text and Jainism text. But if you will minutely observe about the other text, or the contemporary Buddhism and Jainism text and the Brahmanical text are also, like Padini Astadhyayi, Sutra Kritang, Bodh Adhyayan Sutra, Mahabharata, Kautilya Shastra, where clearly explained that a lot of Mahajanpadas that was widely spread from the north to south and east to west. I mean to say that the Gandhar to Kanyakumari and आसाम, बंगाल टू आसाम, एक बड़े क्षेत्र में कई सारे महाजनपदों का विस्तार था. ये धर्म ग्रंथ, ये जो सूचनाएं देते हैं, ये सूचनाएं हमें क्लियर इस बात का उल्लेख करती हैं. कुछ अदर एविडेंसेस के आधार पर भी हम कह सकते हैं कि सिर्फ 16 महाजनपद ही नहीं, बल्कि महाजनपदों की संख्या इससे ज्यादा रही होंगी, क्योंकि जो चक्रवर्ती शब्द का उल्लेख किया गया है हमारे धर्म ग्रंथ, हमारे इतिहास में, महाभारत में, कौटिल्य के अर्थशास्त्र में, बुद्ध अध्ययन सूत्र में, उसके अकॉर्डिंग चक्रवर्ती शासक वही हो सकता है जिसकी सीमा हिमालय से लेकर दक्षिण में समुद्र तक फैली हो. उत्तरम यत् समुद्रश्चैव हिमाद्रिश्चैव दक्षिणम वस्तद भारतीय नामना भारतीय यत्र संतति. That definition is given in Vishnu Puran. On the basis of that, the person who lived in the territory which is expanded from Himalaya to Indian Ocean, the person who lived in that area, that is called that. So, my dear, according to this definition which is given in the Vishnu Puran, that the ruler, if he ruled on the whole area, then after he entitled the Chakravarti. And second evidence is also gives us information that Mahajanpadas are not only they spread the northern part of India, it also spread in the southern part of India. That is the punch-marked. The punch-marked, that was widely spread in whole Indian continent, especially south region also. The first punch-marked that was excavated by Colonel Coldwell from Coimbatore, 1980. If punch-mark was found there, it means कि वहां पे शासन रहा जरूर होगा. ये पंचमार्ग केरल में मिल रहे हैं. केरल रीजन का मतलब ये रीजन, दैट इज केरला. अगर यहां पे पंचमार्ग मिल रहे हैं तो इट मीन्स कि महाजनपदों का विस्तार सिर्फ नॉर्दर्न एरिया में नहीं बल्कि ये साउदर्न एरिया में भी रहा होगा. Padini also given the information regarding that not only he not explained only 16 Mahajanpadas, he given the information in their text Astadhyayi the 22 Mahajanpadas, which is given in your book also. That is the very stage. It is interesting. My dear, that's why I am saying. Here, what we studied? Here we discussed that the shape and size of the Mahajanpadas, the name of the Mahajanpadas, the Ganas, the form of the government, Ganas and I mean to say Janpadas and Ganas. Also discussed that कि क्या definitions हैं, क्या पुराणों में दी गए हैं महाजनपद के बारे में डिटेल्स हमने किया. In my next class, we will try to understand about the early society and their history. Dear student, you should never forget that in this chapter you have to learn a lot of information, knowledge also. You have to learn what is the meaning of inscriptions, rock edicts. As you know that we are studying the 1,000-year history. It is very easy to say that the 1,000-year history. But when you will start reading about that, you will find the very interesting and strange information. I will tell you, but आज के लिए इतना ही. We will discuss in my next class. Goodbye and take care.